Welcome to Come to Mamas, where we're here to nurture souls. This morning in the AM hours, before I head to sleep, I want to talk about specific topics of who says you can't, who says you can't listen to other people and learn information and regurgitate it. Who says you can't? The reason why I chose this topic of discussion because a lot of people who have gained a lot of attention, mainly YouTubers, but even, stars or people that are in the public eye, they're always, talking about, lately I've just been noticing them saying, be careful who you listen to. Because all they're doing is listening to other people and then turning around and just telling you the same information. And I'm like, that's what you're doing too. And the reason why I bring this up is because um, you got to listen to what resonates with you, and so specific teachers resonate with you, and you never know what inspired a person to come and talk to the world and you know want to teach or want to share their experiences in this world. You don't know the impact that you might have on someone, helping them with some information that they never heard of, right? So regardless of where you hear it from, I mean, you can hear it from you know uh, books, um, podcasts, movies, scholars, billboards, a complete stranger, your mama. You never know where you're going to get the information from. For me, I currently I take a class with someone that I found on YouTube. She's a prior college professor, and she teaches me specific spiritual um, information, but she didn't make it up. She learned it herself and is teaching me now, right? So her teaching me is for me to learn it for myself and interpret it though to see how it fits me and pertains to me. It's not for me to say, oh well, this person taught me, so that's the end all be all, and you know, uh never to share the information. It's really for my spiritual growth, and I might be able to help people with what I've learned and teach them as well, and so on and so on. It's the gift that keeps on giving, right? So, um, there's levels to learning. There's just levels to all this stuff going on. I mean, within spiritual systems, there's levels of learning, especially when people have been programmed. And now that people are coming more into the knowing and are more interested, these things are much more available than what they ever were before. Almost in a sense where it's just like a commercial. Spirituality has just become very commercialized. It's just the norm, which I don't have a problem with that. It's just, you know, I'm one of those type people. When everybody runs right, I go left because some things just don't seem authentic to me. And I also have an understanding that there are energy vampires and people that try to, they eat off people's energy. So they create situations so that they can eat off people's energy, whatever it is. I mean, like when the Popeyes chicken sandwich came out, I didn't go get one. Never have. This is how I am. So, I kind of have an understanding when stuff is being put on the news and people are just out there buck dancing over it and stuff, I tend to go the other direction because I have an understanding of what's going on and it just doesn't feel right to me. So, I understand that spirituality is, seeming more, um, it's less hidden and the information is really easy for people. And people are more comfortable with their spirituality because I know that 5 or 10 years ago, people would be like, "You're going to hell," or "You're a devil," or "You're," excuse me. But I noticed that that sounds disgusting. My bad. I hope that doesn't sound too bad on the video. Anyway, um, usually, now it's just where like my little boy showed me rituals they were doing on a TikTok that they were telling people to do, and I was like, first off, if you call yourself doing magic, that's probably something that you shouldn't just be teaching in I don't even know how long, would he 60 seconds or a minute, I don't know, on a TikTok. So, I mean, that was concerning to me, but there really is no right or wrong. Knock yourself off. You deal with the karma on that. If there's any, I don't know, but I won't be, well, number one, I don't do any kind of like, I do natural magic, like natural magic meaning what my God given um, gifts are. I am now trying to help people. Like right now, come to Mama, and we're trying to elevate souls, and I'm a life cheerleader, and I know these things about me because people come to me for these things already anyway. So might as well put it out there in the world. It's something that I enjoy. So I can't wait to see how this elevates and how the interactions become. It's going to be great. But I just really wanted to talk about this because um, we're all, and I always say for me myself, but we're all forever a student of the universe. And it's no limitations for anyone. And just because someone went to college or got a master's degree or a doctorate, doesn't make them any worse or any better than you. um, we're talking about on an individual basis. You have the ability to learn anything that you want to learn, especially right now we're in the information era right now. And so you have the ability of learning how to sew from YouTube, work on computers, refurbish furniture, learn about spirituality, learn about astrology. I've learned a lot. I found some gems on YouTube that have assisted me with the elevation of my spirituality, as well as linked me with people who help elevate my spirituality. And I'm very thankful for it. And that's what I'm trying to do here as well, is to, um, help people find out, what it is that they're uh, spiritual gifts are, and or even assist in the blockage of people who have these blockages for their spiritual gifts, so that they can ultimately elevate their souls and get on their path in life and be happy and aware, more aware of just everything. Because in my experience, most of us are just not aware of past traumas and situations that occurred in our lives that caused some kind of behavior, whether it be a negative behavior or a passive behavior, self-worth. So when we understand and we're aware that the reason why we could be blocking ourselves from many different abundances of light in our lives, um, whether it just be love or money, the energy, the vibration, health, it has a lot to do with um, things that occurred in our early life or past lives. So, um, learning is important because, you know, once you know, you can make a change. If you don't know, then you're running around here oblivious to everything that's going on. And, you're just kind of going in um, a circular cycle, basically a cycle over and over again. And it's hard to get out. It's really hard to get out. So, um, seeking information and using it to your benefit to even help others, there's nothing wrong with it. And I just hate to see it when I see the very people who are telling you not to do it are the very people that are doing it, which is fine. Which is fine. It's just those are the people that I feel like you need to be careful of, are those that are telling you not to do something that they're doing. It's almost like they want to hoard the information or be the only ones out there giving the information, and therefore, you know, you feel like you can't even, you know, go and like we get excited when we get breakthroughs. We're excited when something resonates so much with us. You want to tell somebody, and you might be an influencer or in the public eye in some way or have a following of some sort, and so you want to regurgitate that information because you're excited about learning something. And, it's not fair for someone to say just because you heard it from someone else that you shouldn't be able to say anything about it. I mean, who says you can't? And who the fuck are they? Nobody. And I think the point that I'm trying to make tonight or this morning is, if you worry about what people think and what they say, you won't get far. The information that you find out, the way that you deliver it might just be in a way that changes many lives for the better. So don't stop. Don't stop. Who says that you can't try something new? Who says that you can't try to explain something you just learned? Here I have some oracle cards that I've been trying to, tarot cards and stuff, but what I'm reading, they're saying really it's a lot to kind of do with, the cards do have meanings, but if it's based on a specific question from somebody or a question you might ask, or if you're just asking for information, sometimes the cards will just have the exact pictures of what you need to figure it out. You don't even, it may not necessarily mean exactly what the card means, but it might just be something that you visualize that's like, oh, bam, that's the answer to the question. It's no different than riding past a billboard and you were just thinking about how I'm going to do with this, or I wonder how I would go about handling this situation. And bam, on the billboard, right there, it's telling you either it's a company that does it, it's some kind of meme or something that answers your question, it's some kind of attorney or law firm, a doctor that handles certain specific things, or a sale somewhere where you really need to buy something specific, and bam, there it is, right? So the universe and our ancestors and our guides speak to us in many different kind of ways. There will not Other people will not receive the information like we receive it, because we are our own individual people and we receive information in our own individual ways, and we interpret it in our own individual ways, and then we will explain it in our own way coming from our heart. So I think that a lot of times it's the intention of a person. Personally, for me, when I'm listening to something, it's the intention behind the person that's telling me it. And I know sometimes that I'll hear something, spiritually or astrologically, that is a trend, and I'll get somebody who starts talking about it, and I already know what's going on, but to hear it from their perspective was fascinating, right? Like I didn't think about it like that. Um, Sometimes they're quirky and they don't know what the hell they're talking about, and that's fine too because I feel like at least they're trying. They're trying to get out and give some important information that they feel is important. And it's up to you whether or not you fact check. And if it don't resonate with you, then it ain't for you. And those are the things that we need to understand ourselves, right? Because like I said, the very people who you hold on these pedestals, and I'm kind of doing what they're doing, I feel, but I just mean it in a sense that do what the fuck you want. Say what you want. Regurgitate what you want. Because it's up to those individuals to be responsible of how they take it. It's their responsibility on how they regurgitate it. And you just never know, the way that you delivered something might have changed someone's life and even given them, you know, the uh the giving them just, the feeling of empowerment, to get out there and find their niche. Maybe because they never heard of any specific type of, you know, um, information, they really like find that this is something that they really, really enjoy, and they go all in and find all information, and then they end up being the best that they could be because it was all introduced. I mean, this is how it was from the time that we were born. We mimic others, we mimic our parents, we mimic our teachers, we mimic the people that are our older brothers and sisters, we mimic the people around us. That's how we learn information. And then based on, how we are receiving it, and the more that we learn more about ourselves, is how we're going to disseminate that information out into the world. There's really no wrong or right. There just isn't. Um, it's just an experience. So, um, again, forever I will be a student of the universe, and I just want people to keep growing. There's no limit. Who says you can't, whoever's saying you can't do things or telling you not to do them, rethink those things and see how it pertains to you in your life. Because the very thing that you might have wanted to get out there and inform people of could virtually really help somebody. And because you're listening to another person tell you not to do something, that you stopped yourself from either helping someone or finding, a like-minded person, to join your tribe, for y'all to, come together, some connections. You never know. So, do what you want. All right.